Today is December 3rd, 2024, and it was a decent day for me here today. Earlier, it kind of had a small dip, but immediately just got ball right back up. And if you guys hear some traffic in the background, it's because there's a whole bunch of trucks around. I don't know what the heck's going on. But this is on a day where the NASDAQ is up a little over 0.3%. And of course, my very tiny S&P hedge is not doing too well right now. But this is a just in case type of thing. My max loss is, I think, $40. So it's really not anything. And if this one ends up being a loser, well, even if it does end up being a loser, I'll probably still put on some hedges for next year. But I'm just not completely sure yet what I want to hedge against and how much exactly. But most likely I will have to hedge just because how big my portfolio has gotten and with the amount of margin that I have as well. I'm still confident in all the stocks that I have, of course. I mean, I wouldn't be having six figures in them, plus even more margin on top of it if I wasn't confident in my portfolio. But just in case, it is nice to have a little bit of insurance for next year. And of course, today was a great day for Robinhood, up almost 3%. Nike was basically flat. Palantir having a 7% move today. And I believe I saw a chart on X that said Palantir is the biggest defense contractor now. Don't quote me on that. Please look it up. But that was very exciting to see. And of course, Honest having a 2% down move. TLT basically nothing as always. Tesla down 1%, but Tesla moving 1%. Let's be honest, that's nothing. PayPal down 1.6%. Pepsi down slightly under 1%. And SoFi basically flat. And American Express basically flat too. Let's see the prices. So looks like Robinhood wants to hit 40. My price target a few videos back, I believe, was $50. And I also saw that a lot of firms are changing their price targets on Robinhood. I don't remember all the banks and institutions that did it, but a lot of them had their price targets at around 45, 50-ish. So kind of around where I said it a few videos back. And after 50, we could see a small pullback consolidation period, whatever. But I still think after 50, we'll see all-time highs again, which was around in the $80 range. And that might sound crazy, but to be honest, with all the stuff that Robinhood has going on. Oh, and that also reminds me, Robinhood's tax lots are finally coming out. Vlad did say earlier this year that, I think this was maybe more than 6 months ago, but Vlad did say tax lots were coming out this year, and he did keep his promise. He was cutting it a little bit too close there. I mean, this is the last month of the year, but nevertheless, they did keep their promise. Robinhood's rolling out tax lots this month. And I cannot wait for tax lots. I mean, any one of you guys that have been following me for a little while now, maybe like the two of you, you guys will know that I have been pushing tax lots for so long. I've been waiting for it for so long. And one thing that I am hoping, I don't know if this will be included, I am hoping that when I go to open a covered call or some kind of option contract where I need collateral for shares, it would be really cool if I could actually cherry pick the shares that I want so I can kind of manage my taxes that way. For example, if there's some at long-term capital gains, or if I don't want to sell those and I want to sell the ones at a higher cost basis, I can also do that. So it would be really nice if I could actually customize it like that. I don't know if they will. They probably won't, because that seems kind of a little bit more complicated on the technical side. But anyways, I am excited to see how that is going to turn out. And even though a lot of people advise against this, when tax lots are eventually rolled out for my account, most likely I will be trading a lot more. Like I said, a lot of people advise against that. I'm not your financial advisor, so I can't tell you if that's good or bad or if you should do it. You probably shouldn't do it. But yeah, most likely, personally, I will be trading a lot more. And that was one of the things I was kind of waiting on. Because, for example, if I go to sell Nike right now, I don't really know what prices I originally bought at unless I dig through my transaction history, which is a pain. And I don't really know what lots Robinhood is going to sell. I believe it's your earlier lots that they sell first. But I like picking and choosing and being able to see it. So I am happy to see that tax lots are coming out. And most likely my first trade with tax lots is going to be Nike, but you never know. And speaking of Nike, I actually have a fat dividend coming January 2nd. So right after New Year's, I will be having my very nice Nike dividend check. But it's not as nice because all of that is basically going to go to my interest payment. But it is what it is. When Nike eventually swings back around. Oh, by the way, my price target, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but my price target on Nike is actually $100. So in the short term, we could see it bounce up to 90 and like maybe hover around there. But I do see Nike getting back to 100 in like the near term, maybe like within the next few months. But yeah, I do think Nike will hit 100, and then after 100, it'll hit 120. And most likely when it gets to around 100, 120, I'll start selling a covered call on just one contract for 100 shares. Or maybe I'll just completely sell a lot of 100 shares. But yeah, we'll have to see. Either way, I'm happy tax lots are coming out. And that was basically it.